Facing $40 million in substation upgrades, Manitoba Hydro, a large Canadian utility, decided to rethink their approach to supply distribution.
One person said, probably a little bit out of frustration, you know, if it would be as simple as putting down a Padmount transformer in distribution and serving the load from that. And that comment sparked an idea in my mind, and I thought, you know, I can do that. So I put together this idea in more detail and sent a request for proposals to I think 13 manufacturers. And I got the response from Partner Technologies, which was a detailed look at this question.
It took the combined experience of a lot of people here at PTI, not the sales force, the engineering, the manufacturing, and the mechanical and electrical design to get this concept done quickly and hopefully right.
We took that idea, we built the first couple and patented this idea. Received a patent from the U.S. Patent Office. Our patent is pending from the Canadian Patent Office, and we've been employing that at Manitoba Hydro ever since. And that's how the idea of a high voltage Padmount transformer came to be.
You know, if you're going to make transformers, you have to have a winding department, you have to have a coring department, you have to have an assembly department, you have to have a test department. We have that all here at our factory.
On a 100,000 square foot factory floor, nearly 100 skilled employees use the most current technology to create PTI's line of high voltage Padmount transformers. The manufacturing facility houses departments for winding, core assembly, steelwork, termination, final assembly, and testing. With control of product manufacturing, PTI is able to ensure every Padmount that leaves the building is built right from the ground up to applicable manufacturing standards, including CSA and ANSI. The high voltage Padmount is designed and engineered at PTI's manufacturing facility. This in-house design division allows for greater flexibility in transformer manufacturing. Utilities can work in partnership with PTI to create custom solutions for their distribution networks. The design of the high voltage Padmount allows for modular building. The units can be placed parallel to each other to create any combination of load capacity or number of feeders required for a particular situation. The modular design allows for the addition of other necessary pad-mounted equipment to be a part of the distribution supply center. This modular design results in utilities being able to avoid the construction costs associated with larger stations, eliminating the need for building substation infrastructure and transformer capacity for potential future loads.
Instead of building a large capacity station in one location that would have the capability of feeding the entire substation or subdivision, we'd be able to install these things as the load actually shows up.
Appropriate grounding designs exceeding IEEE 80 requirements ensure the safety of the public, and the nature of the Padmount design allows for 5 MVA to 10 MVA stations to fit onto a 100 by 100 foot lot.
It's a smaller footprint associated than one of our large 115 kV stations or 66 kV stations where you would have a lot of oil-filled equipment, oil-filled breakers, larger transformers. This is a smaller idea, smaller footprint, more focused on a specific load or a specific area as opposed to a large blanket solution to a geographical area.
The high voltage Padmount transformer uses sealed tank construction. This design greatly reduces the cost of maintenance throughout the life of the transformer.
The newer designs of these transformers are all dead front, so there's no bushings that need cleaning. The high voltage compartment is all protected from the weather by the cable entrance compartment. Typical station transformer would use an on-load tap changer. We have moved that function out of the transformer and are now using pad-mounted regulators. And associated with with that simplicity of the transformer is the idea behind the minimal maintenance. There's just not that much to go wrong with it.
The high voltage terminations are dead front and are completely enclosed by a tamper-proof structure. This makes the installation safe, requires less real estate, and eliminates the need for a fence, all of which combine to save time and money.
Where on a conventional substation you've got all the exposed bus and live terminals that are subject to either wildlife or outage due to weather. This is all pad-mounted, tamper-proof, contained.
The small footprint of the high-voltage pad mount allows it to be placed very close to the load, resulting in extremely short feeders.
One of the other advantages to being able to locate these installations close to the load, rather than building 30 or 40 kilometers of distribution line, if the 66 is reasonably close to the load that you have to serve, we can drop one of these things close to the load. Our feeder length has now dropped from 30, 40 kilometers to 5, 6 kilometers, and so we're able to use smaller conductors, we're able to use smaller cables, and it reduces on our line losses.
The high-voltage pad mount transformer leaves the factory completely assembled and ready to be installed.
Another feature of the HV pad mount that it is shipped completely assembled. The rads are on, it's completely oil filled, so that there's absolutely no oil filling required on site, and which is a big advantage of the HV pad mount. It leaves our factory assembled, sits on a truck, and you can literally take this unit, put it on the pad, run the cables to the HV and LV bushing, and it's ready to go. There's no on-site assembly at all.
The high-voltage pad mount transformer from Partner Technologies Incorporated is a great tool for power companies to possess. It can provide a cost-effective solution to many of the distribution challenges faced by North American utilities.
Once this becomes accepted in the distribution departments across the country, I mean, people will use it for all kinds of things. They'll have an easy CAN design for a quick substation somewhere, and when the customer needs something, out in rural Manitoba, or rural Saskatchewan, or rural BC, or rural Ontario, they'll have this thing. Oh yeah, we can do that. Boom, and here it is. And 6 months to a year later, it'll be finished.
Please inquire with Partner Technologies Incorporated or Manitoba Hydro International to see how we can help solve your distribution supply needs.